Welcome and thank you for joining us for the second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. New details in the investigation of Louisiana therapist Dr. William Nicholas Abraham. Popular TikTok star Mr. Prada, you see him there, whose real name is Terrion Thomas, is now charged with second-degree murder. In connection to Abraham's death, according to reports, Thomas arrived at the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison this afternoon after being extradited from Dallas, where he was arrested last week, according to sheriffs. Now, Thomas was not one of Dr. Abraham's clients. The therapist was last seen alive on surveillance video September 28th, walking into Thomas's apartment. His body was later found wrapped in a tarp on the inside of the road. Detectives say they searched Thomas's apartment and found a lot of blood which matched Dr. Abraham's DNA and clear signs of some kind of struggle. A motive has yet to be announced. Now, joining us to talk about this on this Factor follow-up, we have attorney Bayoji Akingbala and Factor social media producer Aji Bordering. Glad to have you all here on the Factor Uncensored. Aji, what are they saying on social media about this case? Obviously, it's of huge interest since he is a social media influencer star.
Yes, so this case has been coming across my timeline for the last week or so, and there's been a lot of different speculation, some with basis, some off basis. So, for example, the therapist actually had a criminal past where there was a sexual assault against a child. And people were saying that Mr. Prada, which is the social media star's name on TikTok, they were saying that he might have been the child that was actually hurt by him, where that was debunked. So people were kind of running with all types of stories and trying to piece this together and almost making it like a true crime. But there are other people who follow Mr. Prada who said that there were signs that he might do something like this even before it happened, where he was making posts lamenting about relationships that we can't tell whether or not it was with this therapist or with anybody. It could have just been made up, but he was saying that people didn't love him or didn't care about him.
And we're looking at that post now, but go ahead and tell us about it.
Exactly. And then also he talked about getting prepared for his mugshot. So, you know, with making those videos and then a few days later you're getting charged with second-degree manslaughter, there obviously might be, you know, more to his social media presence than just, you know, jokes or
and so we can make sure the public got it. What was he saying in this video, or what did he write?
So here he was saying, I'm practicing for my mugshot. This might be the year that someone is going to make me going to make somebody meet God if they keep making me mad, essentially, kind of.
And the previous post, what did he say?
The post before that, he was in paraphrasing, he basically was saying that he felt when somebody loves you, but they only love you for what you can do for them, and it's not real love. So you can tell he was definitely somebody who felt like he maybe wasn't being understood, or that he had ulterior motives of wanting to hurt somebody.
And the victim in this case, it's our understanding, Dr. Abraham, or Mr. Abraham, was a priest in the past.
Yes.
A Catholic priest in Louisiana.
Yes.
And then left the priesthood and became a counselor or therapist.
Yes.
So, Bayoji, what do you think about this and the criminal charges, second-degree murder? Why second degree? Why not first-degree murder?
Well, Louisiana has their own set of laws that's a little different from Texas. First-degree murder is reserved for capital punishment, but in Louisiana, second-degree murder, he's looking at life without parole. Now, with respect to the evidence that's gathered, they certainly have a lot of probable cause for the charges. You heard some of this. He was seen dragging the tarp and putting it in the decedent's vehicle.
And for the viewer, dragging a tarp that looks like it had a body inside of it out of his apartment after we saw Mr. Abraham go into his apartment.
Yes, and then he was later found driving the decedent's vehicle. He evaded police.
Well, damn, I mean.
Yeah, he evaded police.
And I don't mean to laugh, but I mean, that's overwhelming evidence.
Yeah, there's a lot of evidence, but here's what I'm looking at as a defense attorney. No one witnessed the murder, right? And so that gives room for perhaps a self-defense clause. One thing that is also known is that the decedent was found entering this man's apartment at 11 p.m. That raises questions. Did he feel threatened? Was there something going on where he felt uncomfortable? Our other guest here mentioned the specter of sexual assault in the decedent's past. So if I'm a defense attorney, what I'm going to do is try to get an investigator to look into the past of the decedent and to look into maybe the history between the decedent and my client to see if there's something that I could raise to establish a self-defense claim, or at the very least to mitigate this to a lesser charge.
And Aji, we haven't said it, no one said it, but was there a relationship between these two? Or are people speculating that?
I mean, a lot of people are speculating that. We do know that both men in this situation were openly gay. So, you know, obviously on the internet, people run with narratives off rip, but I mean, it's a possibility, but there's no real like evidence, and the police haven't, they actually haven't expounded on the relationship between the two at this time. They only have the video showing them with the tarp and also knowing that he was in the car. So they haven't. It's a lot of speculation, but we don't know for sure yet.
All right, we want to thank you both for joining us here on The Factor. Still ahead here on The